Hello, it's Jennifer. Today is Friday, May 24th, and today I'm going to talk about the peppers in my garden. So this is a pepper garden tour. The first one I'd like to start off with is this ringleader, and this is one of the ones that I planted, I believe in, that's what stick says, the 20th of February. So it's pretty small. No flowers yet. It's been topped. It seems to be doing so pretty well in this spot, even though I was worried that it might be getting too much sun and maybe I should shade it. But I'm gonna let it stick with what it's got. It seems to be doing pretty well. These little guys, I think, are also jalapenos of some sort. So this one, I think, is another ringleader. And I'm not sure what this one is. They were both planted on the 20th, just like the other one. But for whatever reason, they're very stunted. Don't know. Maybe they're not getting enough sun because they're shaded by this tomato plant, but I'm not sure. This is a bell pepper plant from last year. It looks like it might have some sort of nutrition deficiency. The leaves are very thick and weird feeling. I don't think this plant is very well, but I'm going to let it grow out and see what happens. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions what I should do, please give them, but I'm not sure what's wrong with this plant. I've fertilized it, I've given it Epsom salts, I've given it fish emulsion, I've given it those sticks for peppers and tomatoes, the little nutrition sticks, and it just doesn't seem to be happy. This is also a pepper plant from last year. From the long fruits here, it looks like it's maybe one of the Thai peppers. It's kind of yellow, and it's also hidden under this tomato bush, so it doesn't appear to be doing too well. I'm not sure what's going on with this one either. And I've given it all the fertilizer and everything with the tomato, so I don't know, but it is producing fruit. But I am concerned that the fruit is kind of, let's see if I can get a better picture of it, that the fruit kind of has these black spots. Like, is that just natural coloring, or is there something wrong here? And on the other side is this lipstick pepper. So this is the third pepper that I put into this position, and for whatever reason the plants just keep on miniaturizing. So maybe there's just something in this bed that the peppers don't like. I'm not sure. I don't know. I might top this one again to get rid of the flowers. I don't know why it's so tiny. On to some more positive plant growth. This here is my poblano plant, and it's got a couple things going on. So the bottom leaves here are yellow, but the top leaves look healthy and green. It's got some nice big fruits on it, although this looks like a poblano mix. So these are from my own seeds, and apparently I've got a hybrid of some sort. I'm going to guess it's either a poblano and a sweet Spanish, or a poblano and an Anaheim pepper. Either way, I'm not disappointed. I'll take them. Here's another one. And then there are some more on the plant growing. I believe this one's probably ready to be picked. So 2 poblanos here. This one over here is the padron, and it's grown pretty tall, and it's got lots of flowers, got lots of little fruits on it, looking good. This is the yellow monster. So it's gotten pretty tall. It'll get much bigger as the year progresses. It's got some flowers on it. I don't think I see any fruit yet, and that's okay because the fruit is pretty big on these, so you don't want to overwhelm the little plant. This is a Jimmy Nardello, and so far my Jimmy Nardello plants have been very small. It's got a pepper on it. I was hesitant to leave this pepper on because the plant just looks so small to me, but maybe it's okay. I haven't been having much luck with Jimmy Nardello, so I don't know what I could be doing wrong. This is an interesting looking weed. What are you? Oh. Ah, okay. This would be some plant coming back that I put in the box to turn into mulch, but apparently it's come back to life. It looks like it might be kale. Okay. Oh, another padron plant back here. It's got some nice peppers on it. Padron plants are typically used in tapas in Spain, and they're used in a drinking game because the hotness of the peppers varies. So, you know, if you get the hot pepper, haha, that's funny. We played this game without the drinking last year, and yeah, if you get a hot one, they're really hot. But this pepper is a good producer, and tastes pretty good cooked, and you can eat them by themselves. You know, just fry them up a little. And then back here is a stuffing pepper called Dacunia, and this is my second year growing these, and this year's plant looks beautiful. It's got some nice peppers on it, nice big size, so I'm looking forward to these. I've been using these raw, so I put some cream cheese, maybe something like some smoked salmon, or like a ham in them, along with a piece of fruit. Tastes very good. I've not tried cooking them stuffed yet, so maybe I'll try that this year if I get enough. But so far I'm very pleased with this year's plant. And now moving over to the next bed, we have the Chinese giant. It's got a bell pepper on it, looking pretty good. Hopefully this plant will get taller as the days go by. I believe last year these got about 2.5 feet tall. Next to it, I believe, is another Chinese giant. It has a pepper as well. This pepper though has a stinger. I don't know if you can see it. So I guess it mixed with something. I hope it's not hot. And get the camera back around. Over here is sweet Spanish. So it's got a nice big, get it in there, curly pepper on it. And then another one back here. These plants typically get about as big as an Anaheim. So I expect it to be about 3 or 4 feet by the time the season's over. And behind it is the Scotch bonnet. So the Scotch bonnet used to be in the house, but for whatever reason it kept getting reinfested with aphids. So I decided to take it outside. It seems to be doing okay outside. It's looking kind of battered. Hopefully it'll pretty itself up. As you can see, there's 2 fruits over here that are ripening. And then over here is, where's your tag, my dear? Oh, okay, this one's tag is gone. So this one is a mystery pepper. It has flowers on it, looking pretty good. And then over here is a Cubanelle. Oh, that one might be a Cubanelle as well. I remember I had 2 Cubanelles in here. And it's got a couple peppers. Usually the Cubanelle peppers get bigger than this, so hopefully this plant will take off as it gets warmer. So for the past maybe 2 weeks, it's been pretty cold here, at least below normal for the entire month of May. Temperatures reaching only into the high 60s during the day. Usually in May it's in the 80s. So today is like maybe the 2nd or 3rd day this month that we've gotten temperatures over 70 some. So hopefully this will continue and my peppers and tomatoes will pick up and start accelerating their growth. And now to look at some of the peppers I have planted in pots. This is the garden salsa pepper. I don't know if this is supposed to be hot or not, but good sized long peppers. I'm surprised for such a small plant that it has so many peppers on it. I haven't been doing anything special to this plant, just the usual fertilizer sticks and water. And this one is the Dragon Cayenne. This one is in a space where it only gets 6 hours of sunlight a day, or direct sun I should say a day, and then it stays in shade for the rest of the day. It's growing pretty tall and pretty well. It's got lots of fruits on it, lots of fruit coming. Seems to be doing very well in this position. I'm kind of surprised. Well, actually I shouldn't be because I've grown Anaheims over here before and they've grown just fine. But it's a good looking plant. And hopefully it tastes pretty good. These are basically for my husband who likes hot peppers. I'm not a hot pepper person. I like my peppers maybe about as hot as a poblano. And beyond that, or you know, a nice mild jalapeno is good too. But I don't really like anything hotter than a jalapeno. And here's a little guy that was moved from another place, I believe from where the wine barrels were, over here to beneath the tomato plants. I've forgotten what it is, but looking at the pepper, I suspect it's either an Anaheim or sweet Spanish. It seems to be doing better over here than it was in the other place where I had miniaturized. So hopefully it'll catch up and come to its full height and glory. This is the other Jimmy Nardello pepper plant, and again, my plants are very small. I don't think the Jimmy Nardello is supposed to be this small. I'm wondering whether I should cut off the flowers in this fruit to see if I can get a bigger plant. Over here is, I don't seem to have a tag for it. I suspect it's another jalapeno because I had a bunch of jalapeno plants that I put in this bed when I transplanted them. I think this is also a jalapeno. It's looking pretty good. It's got some flowers on it, no fruit yet. And then this is another jalapeno, but this is the one from last year. And it looks like it's trying to come back. We'll see. It did pretty well over the winter. It did produce a few fruits that we ate. I don't know. I moved it from a pot into the bed because it looked like it was suffering in the pot. So hopefully now that it's in a bed, its roots can expand and it can get bigger and healthier. And lastly, this is the Peach Sugar Rush that I planted last year. It came back beautifully. It looks like it's going to have lots of peppers this year. I have lots of little flower buds. Looks like no flowers yet, but there are buds. And there are plenty of leaves, and the plant is much bushier than it was last year. So I have great hopes for this. Hopefully, now that the plant has matured some, the fruits will taste better. So to be perfectly honest, the fruits that I harvested from this plant last year tasted like water. And I, waited even longer, and now then they tasted like warm water. So they had a little bit of heat, not a lot of heat, but still no flavor whatsoever. Just kind of chewy, not chewy, but crunchy and flavorless and kind of waxy. So hopefully this year's fruits will taste better. And that's all for my peppers for now. Next video will be a update on the small tomatoes that I planted at the end of January. Some of the fruits are beginning to ripen now, so we'll see how those go next week. I'm pretty excited. So both the Little Bites and the Patio Princess have fruits that are blushing. So hopefully if the weather holds out, we can actually get some ripe tomatoes soon. So that's all for now. Bye.